Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another top 10 comic books sold to readers. Comicron, that's a great list to tell you what the stores are buying. This is telling you what the customers are leaving those stores with, preferably after paying for them. After that, we're going to go on over to comixology and check out the digital comic sales to see who wins the week. Is it Marvel? Is it DC? Sometimes independents make a show of it. We'll find out. Now, these are the shops that have participated in the countdown. So if you find yourself in their area, please stop by, say hi, and of course, don't forget to support your own local comic book shop. Now, with all that aside, let's get this party started. At number 10 is Something is Killing the Children, number 2. At number 9, we have Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool. In the number 8 slot, we have Once and Future, number 3. At number 7 is History of the Marvel Universe, number 4. In the number 6 slot is Superman Year 1, number 3. At number 5, we have Spider-Man, number 2. Coming in at number 4 is Justice League, number 34. Coming in at number 3 is Absolute Carnage, number 4. In the runner-up position at number 2 is Batman, number 81. And in first place, we have the X-Men, number 1. Well, there you go. Marvel has another win under their belt with 5 in the top 10 this round. 2 independent comic books and 3 DC, and Marvel even takes the top spot. There you go. My team is getting their butts kicked again. So you could understand my disappointment in it, but whatever. You got to report it the way it's been done. Now, that's what I think about everything. Let's see what the comic shops seem to think about all of this. Another week, another top 10 with Hickman and the X-Men taking the number 1 spot at FFF. People are still riding the Hoxpox high, which I foresee coming to a screeching halt next week with Marauders. People love Hickman and people love the X-Men, hopefully enough to care about the ancillary X characters and follow their books too. I didn't think people would be about 2 bi-weekly alternating series. We'll see how they feel about 6. Absolute Carnage was well represented this week. Out of the 4 issues under the banner, 2 were in our top 10. Absolute Carnage proper was our second best-selling book this week, and Absolute Carnage vs. Deadpool was our number 7. Once and Future and Something is Killing the Children have fallen a bit since their debut issues. Once and Future has stayed around the top 5, but Something has fallen to number 8. We finally got our deceased number 5 replacements, and we made a lot of folders happy. Just based on the main cover replacement, selling it made it to number 5 in our top 10. Batman, Spider-Man, Justice League, and Guardians of the Galaxy, the remaining Old Faithfuls that round out our list. Are all 6 titles going to be bi-weekly, or is it just like one every week? And I don't know, man. Damn, I don't know if I could do 6 bi-weeklies. That's amazing. I don't know, especially with what I read on Hoxpox. I don't know. Some people may be into it. Oddly enough, it was a pretty soft sales week for comics here. X-Men took the top spot, but did not do nearly as well as I thought it would. Lots of softening on sales from Batman on down were noticeable drops for us. Hopefully just a week that people could not get in. And this is something I've noticed after doing this for a while. Regional sales do differ. Sometimes a certain title may be popular in Florida that's not popular in Vermont. And sometimes the store down the street does a lot better than the sister store round the corner. 5 Marvels, 4 DC, and 1 Boom title on the week's top 10. X-Men swept past everything, selling more than twice as many as the number 2 title on the week's list. Superman Year 1 was the best-selling DC book, holding on to an impressive 70% of its audience for number 1 in terms of first-day sales. Once and Future remains a strong contender, placing in our top 10 once again. An interesting fact, 4 of the 5 titles in the 11th through 15th position were independent comic books. Something is Killing the Children, Marked, Gideon Falls, and Vampirella, showing that readers are continuing to see value in good comics from any publisher, not just from Marvel and DC. Well, that's good. I used to do these videos kind of like Marvel versus DC, where I would read everything and then put them against each other, but I would read independents just to give a kind of a highlight. Hey, check this book out, check that book out. And man, those videos bombed. It's like people, wow, I don't like Marvel and DC, I want independents, but they would never go to the reviews. A customer summarized the lackluster sales of Abrams' Spider-Man comic most accurately with, "The book's alright, but it wasn't worth the countdown timer." We've been trying our hardest to sell that book to folks, and no matter what we do, the general response isn't impressive. I'm good. Even the first issue didn't live up to expectations in terms of sales, despite how many people asked about it before its release, and the second issue only managed to make it to our 6th spot this week, beating an Absolute Carnage tie-in by a measly 1 copy sold. On that note, however, Absolute Carnage and all tie-ins have been huge sellers pretty consistently, with another handful of people piling on every week to see what's going on. Tales from the Dark Multiverse Batman Nightfall did surprisingly well, but it's a book with a Batman in the title, so of course it did. Would have liked to have seen Metalman #1 perform a little better. Unsurprisingly, the champion of the week was Hickman's X-Men, which has probably sold to every soul that has come in the doors since we opened on Wednesday, and hope it keeps up. I have been enjoying Absolute, gotta admit. House of X, Powers of X left me kind of cold. I haven't read X-Men #1 at this recording. Everybody's telling me I'll probably find it boring. We'll find out. But yeah, not much to comment on this one. X-Men #1 positively flew off the shelves on Wednesday. Maybe it's the fresh new direction. Maybe it's the excellent creative teams. Or maybe everyone just needed to see that Cyclops, Jean, Wolverine living quarters lay out for themselves. Following that, Batman continues to sell well during the big climax of Tom King's run, also going strong. Spider-Man, presented by Abrams and Son, maintained a decent amount of its sales momentum from the first issue, and Venom's battle with his darkest half over who's the scariest 90s monster continues in the popular Absolute Carnage. Middle of the pack has us seeing decent sales from Snyder's Justice League, the conclusion of Frank Miller's Superman Year One, and the very excellent History of the Marvel Universe from Mark Waid and Javier Rodriguez. Holding things down at the back of the top sellers train, we've got Gillen and Mora's Once and Future, along with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the First of the Dark. Well, obviously I accidentally cut something off there. Oops, sorry. It wouldn't be an Englentine video if it was completely professional, would it? So there you go, guys. That is everything that the comic book shops have to say. Now let's go on over to comixology, the world's largest digital comic book shop, and find out who wins the digital countdown. Is it Marvel, is it DC, or is it the independents? Coming in at number 10 is Captain America, number 15. In the number 9 slot, we have Guardians of the Galaxy, number 10. At number 8 is Spider-Man, number 2. Coming in at number 7, Flash Forward, number 2. At number 6, we have Superman Year One, number 3. Coming in at number 5, we have The Dark Multiverse, Batman Nightfall, number 1. Coming in at number 4, Absolute Carnage, number 4. In the number 3 slot, Justice League, number 34. Coming in at number 2, the runner-up is Batman, number 81. And once again, in the number 1 position is X-Men, number 1. Well, I would call this a tie. Marvel has the number 1 spot, but DC has more in the top 5, and both each have 5 in the top 10 altogether. Of course, you know I like to kind of spread this out to the top 20 just to see who wins, but we do know Marvel ends up winning the back 10. They usually just dominate that, and we'll see. We're going to do the countdown right now, and I'm going to try to shut that bird up. Coming in at number 11, Star Wars Allegiance, number 2. It is now 6-5 in Marvel's favor. At number 12, we have Once and Future, number 3, letting the independent comic books have a presence on the board. Coming in at number 13, The History of the Marvel Universe, number 4. It is now 7-5 in Marvel's favor. Coming in at number 14, Nightwing, number 65. It's now 7-6 Marvel's favor. At number 15, we have Captain Marvel, number 11. It's now 8-6, still in Marvel's favor. At number 16, we have Jimmy Olsen, number 4. It's now 8-7, Marvel's favor. At number 17, we have Aquaman, number 53. It's now tied score, 8-8. At number 18, DC takes the lead with Metal Men, number 1. It's now 9-8, DC's favor. Holy crap! Number 19, Teen Titans number 35 just gave DC Comics the win, 10-8 in DC's favor. Because of Once and Future, Marvel cannot even tie. That is really cool. Well, for me, I'm a DC fan. Anyway, let's check out what's at number 20. And at number 20, we have Warren Ellis's Trees number 2. So there you go, guys. That's it. DC wins 10-8 over Marvel with 2 independents on the board. I'm a DC fan. I haven't seen this in a while, so I'm a happy camper. But what do you think about the countdown? What was on there that shouldn't have been? What is a book that just never seems to crack the top 20 you think deserves to, and what is on that board that really deserves not to be there. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you haven't done it already, don't forget to click like or dislike if you don't like the video. I understand, not everything's for everybody, but don't forget to share, because that's really important. I'm not getting shared out properly, and I rely on you guys, and I thank you very much for doing that. And if you haven't done it already, hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. Make sure that your notifications are set on all, because otherwise you're not going to get everything. Don't forget to go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi. Drop $1 in the tip jar, or you can consign a video at Ko-Fi. So just go over there, you pick a topic, you pick a subject, and I'm going to get that video out to you as soon as possible. I've been having a lot of fun with all the different things that people have been saying. Hey, do an origins on this, do a story about that, a really bad or a bad comic beatdown. It's been a ton of fun, and I appreciate everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers out there who watch the videos, thank you very, very much for watching.